is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Matty. Welcome to Main Street Fire Rescue. I'm back again at that one and the only EPCOT Center. Well, today is June the 17th, day number 1 of the EPCOT construction process again. For those that don't know, Test Tracks 2.0, last day of regular operation was yesterday. Yesterday at 9 p.m. The ride closed at the park close, and will reopen in what we think might be a year under a brand new concept. The concept art you can find, if I can remember, I'll throw in some images, but it looks neat, although I'll be honest, not setting the expectations terribly high. Maybe I'll be surprised, but Disney's projects lately have not been anything to write home about. Let's hope they can redeem themselves with EPCOT's Test Track 3.0. We shall see, but we got about a year or so to wait. We shall see, but we can do construction updates periodically on this, which is what I plan to do. So what I thought we'd do is take a walk, see what it looks like with the walls up again. We had approximately 5 or 6 days of no walls at EPCOT, and now they have returned for another year. And also, while we're here, I'm going to talk about some problematic stuff going on around the resort. Nothing bad, just on the viral sense, and what you can do to help you and your family should you find yourself in this predicament. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, a lot of virus, you know, weird virus shit going around, and we're seeing a ton of it. So we'll talk about that as well. And again, what you can do to, you know, just be on the lookout and what to do should you notice these symptoms. So without wasting any more time, let's get our ass in gear, head on over to the Test Track construction site now, and let's talk about how to stay healthy when you're here at Disney World on your vacation. Welcome to Main Street Fire Rescue. We are now in service. Either Spaceship Earth has no line tonight, or it's broken. Once again, survey says broken. Man, these attractions, I'm telling you, every day something goes down. And across the way, Communicore Hall. Thank you all for your support on that video. It's doing very well. I like the interaction with it as well. Some really good ideas and thoughts written about that. So again, thank you very much. Keep it coming. You know, to get started the right way. It's so funny to watch people get to Beverly that have no idea what it is and then sit there and watch them gag over it. It's classic. All right, let's go check this out. Let's go see what Test Track looks like with walls up. Holy moly. Wow. I wonder how many people came in here this morning wanting to ride this and running into these walls. Because, I mean, let's face it, a lot of people coming to Disney World now are a lot of first-timers. A lot of the veterans have pretty much gone on to other places because Disney kind of pushed them a little too far for a while with the lack of quality. I can't blame them. Dollywood recently was rated #1 theme park in the U.S. So here we are, Test Track. Should start yelling, yell over the wall. Is it done yet? Well, this is what we're going to be seeing for a while. From the concept art, all this scaffolding and everything, well, that's what I call it. This structure is going to come down. They're going to clean this whole area up. It's interesting, the logo. I wonder if that's going to be the new logo. It kind of looks like a 3 if you look at it. Coming soon. No, they need to update that, say coming in 2025. Coming soon means like I would interpret that as next month. That's soon. Yeah, this is it right now. Not a lot of fanfare for this right now. What I thought was interesting is last night I was on my way back, my drive back home from the airport after I landed from a wonderful, wonderful Father's Day weekend with family in Michigan on the lake. I was watching, there was one of the live streamers that was out here, and they kind of all hung around the front entrance here right to closing time, and nothing happened. It just came and went without nothing, you know. Now, I get it, Test Track. The ride isn't changing. The concept of it is, so maybe that's why. But usually when a ride closes, they have a big old like get together and everybody tries to ride it one more time because it's going to be down for a while. Not so much the case last night. And I'm starting to think maybe either not a lot of people knew about it, or maybe because Disney's pushed out so many crappy things lately that nobody cares. It's also possible. So we'll check up on it periodically. Basically, you can't really walk around it a whole lot. It looks like they got it walled off over to Mission Space here, and then all the way down by the exit gift shop. So it looks like this is kind of where we'll be able to look at everything, and maybe from time to time get up on these walls and see over just for a minute. We shall see. But I would imagine we probably won't start seeing major progress on this till, I would say around, see, it's July. I would say maybe October, November is when we'll probably should start really noticing things. Because realistically, they got to tear this whole structure down. Not sure what they're going to do with the track, though. I've heard it's going to stay put. And I've heard rumors that they're going to alter a little bit. We shall see. Again, a year renovation probably leads me to believe they're not going to do much with the track. It's going to be all exterior and interior design changes. I don't know. Let's find out. And here's the other side of the walls here. There's the exit gift shop there. And this is one of the festival food booths here. It is so quiet, though, without the cars going around. Man, it's so strange. It's going to be like that for a year. Well, we'll know when Test Track is about ready to get going, because you'll hear it. You'll definitely hear it. Man. I mentioned it in my other vlog, but this reminds me very much of the Hulk roller coaster at Universal when they completely overhauled it. And the Hulk, if you've been to Universal Islands of Adventure, has a very noticeable, distinct sound when it runs. And in fact, Test Track is the same way with EPCOT. But you can tell they look like they're getting ready to do some kind of work, probably through the evenings. Got some lights right there. One thing I hope, though, time will tell, I hope they don't dismantle all these nice trees around here. And again, we shall see, but hope they leave the trees in place, because it is nice for shade. That's the one thing that Disney parks catch a lot of shit on. The Disney World parks, there's not enough shade, and it's in Florida. Like, everybody says that about the parks. They need more shade for a hot climate like Florida is. I tell you what, though, it's just dawned on me. Another way to get a good bit of construction update is the monorail. Take a trip on the monorail. You definitely see some stuff from up there, from the beam looking that way. You can also, though the other walls start and finish right over there in that area, you can see right through here too. So I'm kind of curious if they're gonna keep this open like this, or if they're gonna eventually just wall this all off over to here, or this like hedgerow. Because I mean, shit, you could, if you wanted to, you could walk right up into this here if somebody was a dumbass. I would bet once construction actually gets underway, this will all be off limits. Be my guess. But that's why we'll film this today, and we'll see how it progresses throughout the next couple months. Hopefully this will be done in a year. I really cannot see this being gone or being down for more than a year. Also, another thing to talk about, Big Thunder, it looks like Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is going to close at Magic Kingdom. as well. Again, I said this earlier, you know, when they released that ticket deal for everybody, in-state, out-of-state, whomever, it was like $300 for 3 days and $375, $380 for 4 days. Anytime Disney has a deal like that, you got to wonder what's up. Well, at the time they hadn't announced anything, but people now bought all those tickets under those really good prices, and a lot of the major attractions are going to be closed. So, once again, Disney strikes again. You know, you're going to have a summertime, or you're going to have the remainder of summer, all winter months, and into the spring and early summer next year without Test Track and highly possibly Big Thunder Mountain, and assuming they go through with the construction, about a quarter of Animal Kingdom is going to be closed as well. And not to mention any other ride refurbs that may be ongoing. So if you got your trip planned coming up next year, it's going to be different for a while. And they're going to have all of these rides down at a time when Epic Universe is going to be opening up over at Universal. I'm telling you, next year is going to be a very interesting year. Because even if Disney announces big time plans, even if they were to break ground tomorrow and start, you're talking at the rate they go, 2.5, 3.5 years to completion, depending on what it is they're doing. Well, since we're over here, let's talk about the other topic I talked about coming in. Genuine bonafide 6-car monorail going overhead. Yeah. So, you're coming down this summer for a Disney World vacation. We already went over the ride closures and the potential closures, but the other thing we got to talk about, there's a lot of viral illness going on right now. A lot of it. We're seeing tons of it at our emergency room, Celebration Hospital, our main hospital, seeing tons of it, and it's probably 95% or more people that are traveling here on vacation from various other places. And it's hitting kids and adults. There's no in between with this. It gets to everybody, and it's like a viral GI stomach type illness. It results in some pretty serious vomiting, a lot of water works out your ass. It's pretty rough the way people describe it. It has very much like a norovirus type property to it. In fact, a lot of docs think that it possibly is. Because unfortunately for Disney World, a lot of people love to come to these parks after they get off the cruise ships, and they drag the cruise ship cooties over here. Norovirus being one of them. About a month and a half, 2 months ago, Animal Kingdom Lodge had a huge outbreak of this stuff. I mean, it was all over. The people were sick, man. And of course, all the emergency rooms, urgent care, everything was just full of these people. Every one of them here on vacation from other places. What's interesting is very few people that live here in Florida that go to the parks, they're not really affected by it. I've only seen a handful of people. It's everybody traveling here from other countries, other states. They're just getting hammered by this stuff. So whatever it is, it's highly contagious. I think it's a lot of it. The people that get the sickest with this stuff are these people that bathe in the hand sanitizer stuff. And the reason being, and I think what's driven this, is hand sanitizers are freaking horrible for you. Do the research on them now. Yeah, they pushed them back 4 years ago. I'm telling you, they disrupt your bacterial biome. They kill all of the good and the bad bacteria on your body, and meaning you don't have anything at that point. You're open and exposed, and you're offsetting your bacterial biome, which our body's covered with it. And that stuff it's altering things. I'm telling you. I'm not being like, wow, conspiracy. Like, that's just biology and anatomy, physiology type stuff. But read about it. Read about your bacterial and viral biomes and all that stuff. It's insane. They estimate that we walk around every day of our lives, from day one all the way to the day we leave this planet and go on to the next life. We live every day with approximately 380 trillion virus on ourselves. Just one person. That's not as a population. That's one person carries about 380 trillion virus and bacteria every single day. So anytime you start bathing in that dumbass hand sanitizer and everything else like that, you're upsetting your whole bacterial biome. And I really think that's what's driving a lot of this stuff. And also, you know, a lot of people are still, you know, going out for the first time. You know, a lot of people didn't want to travel during that whole travel surge, and so they're traveling now. But so people are, you know, they're getting out of the house and that for the first time, and their body's like, holy shit, what is this new concept of being around other people and other viral spread? What's going on here? And they're very easily susceptible to this stuff. And again, like I said, there's nothing you can do to stop it. Nothing. It's just something, if you get it, you get it. There's nothing you can do for it. Other than make sure you're drinking tons of water, stay away from the Powerade, stay away from the Gatorade. It's got too much sugar, way too much sugar. As I pointed that out already in my Animal Kingdom video. Get some crackers, get some ginger ale, get some pickles and some pickle juice. I'm gonna go back to that one again. And just know that if you're eating food and drinking and you're throwing it right back up, you are not dying, okay? Stop with the panicking. You're not dying, I promise you. You have to, people, you gotta calm down a bit. Everybody's running to the emergency room thinking there's something wrong with them. No, your body, you throw up really for two or three reasons. One, you just don't feel good. Your body's got a bacteria and it's gotta come out. Two, it throws up for pain control. Or three, you can actually regulate your heart rhythm by throwing up. Your body will do that sometimes. The biggest one why we throw up is to regulate pain. Because when the act of puking triggers the morphine pumps in your brain, squirts out little bits of morphine into the bloodstream because it's so forceful, and it helps you to heal and calm down and feel better. How many times if you had a really bad headache or whatever, or you just not feel good and you just puke your guts out, and then almost instantaneously, about 5 minutes after, you feel 100% better. That's your morphine pumps in your brain. You know, we, believe it or not, we have our own pain management system on board. It's pretty impressive when you actually break down the human body and what it does. So if you're still throwing up after eating and drinking, it just means your body's using that as primer to get everything out. It's not done clearing out the virus yet. And don't be taking things to stop your throat, your vomiting and all that. And you don't want to take stuff to stop the shats either. You want all that stuff to get out of your system, because your GI tract, your stomach and your intestines and all that is loaded with bacteria, as it's supposed to be. But every time, and it's just your body trying to clear itself, but every time people start swallowing Imodium and start swallowing Zofran left and right, that stuff just stays in the body and it gets more and more irritated. And then when that stuff wears off, the body's like, no, got to go now. You start throwing up again and you start shatting yourself again. Again, people, just relax, take a deep breath. And the other thing I think is why people are running around with this stuff is we collectively as a healthcare society, healthcare system and society, antibiotics have been way overprescribed. Like, they're just giving them to people now basically to make them feel good about themselves. And what people don't understand is antibiotics are very dangerous if you're taking them and you don't have an actual bacterial problem. Like, they're just handing them out to people. Well, take this just in case. But then they don't recommend any probiotics or follow it up with like apple cider vinegar heavily diluted in water. Take that once a day, or take a bunch of yogurt, because you have to rebalance your bacterial biome. Antibiotics kill the bad and the good bacteria together, which leaves you open and exposed, which is why most people, men and women, get urinary tract infections after a round of antibiotics, because you don't have any good bacteria left. You have to keep replacing that stuff. So please, everybody, calm down. Just take a deep breath. Again, if you're gonna run to the ER, I mean, that's your prerogative. And if you're gonna go to urgent care, just keep in mind, they don't take any out-of-state insurance, nothing, it's cash only. So, they're gonna tell you either it's cash up front, or, sorry, we've tried nothing, we're all out of ideas, go to the emergency room. That's where most people end up. And then you get an emergency room bill on either your travel insurance or your regular insurance, and then you gotta explain to them why you went to the ER for this instead of an urgent care. It gets a little convoluted, complicated, but again, if you believe you have to come to the ER, we're happy to see you. But I'm telling you, it's really not necessary. So many people are just, you know, stop Googling everything. I'm telling you right now, stop Googling. Google will tell you got 3 business days left to live. I'm telling you, stop it. No more Googling. In fact, if I ever end up in a position of high authority, First thing I'm going to do is anybody that doesn't hold a medical license of some kind will be banned from Googling anything medically. Period. Done. Over with. So, again, things you can do to help yourself. Crackers, saltine crackers, and ginger ale. And go easy on the ginger ale, but you know, because you want the sugar in the ginger, or if you can find sugar-free ginger ale with the natural sugar, so that artificial shit's bad for you. Or you can do just regular ginger juice, that kind of stuff. Something with ginger in it. Ginger, saltine crackers, and again, I'm going to go back to the pickles again, the pickles and the pickle juice, because as you throw everything up, once you start feeling better, then eat a pickle and then drink some of the juice. Like I said, about a third of a cup. You can either drink it straight or mix it in ice water. Either way, and you will replenish all of your magnesium, potassium, your vitamins, your sodium, all that'll come back. You'll feel a lot better. So, if you find yourself shatting and throwing, you know, stuff running out of both ends, don't panic. More than likely you got this new, whatever this virus thing is going around, and it's not dangerous, it's just inconvenient. And please, parents, for the love of all that is holy, don't be forcing your kids into the parks if they're feeling like that. Let them recover. I understand it costs a lot of money to be here, but don't put somebody through that, for crying out loud. If you're puking your guts out and you're shatting out the other end, don't march them around these busy, hot theme parks. Don't do that. That makes you a scumbag. It really does. Let them heal. If you can, or you have to, you know, Disney will actually let you move your days around. It's hard to get refunds, I will say that. Very hard. But if you are staying a couple extra days, or you're going to come back eventually, you can always reuse the day again. You just sometimes have to pay the difference if it's a little more expensive, that's all. So please, don't put yourself and don't put your kids through that, and don't march them around these parks when they're sick. I'm telling you, you're a scumbag if you do that. I mean that. But one other thing I want to add into this, which I think is breeding a lot of this other stuff, there's a lot of these competitions in town. I know on my flight back last night, it was about 80-90% volleyball now and band. Most of it was this volleyball tournament. Monorail. Genuine bonafide 6-car monorail. The springtime is the season of these freaking cheerleading competitions. Now it's volleyball. And I will tell you what, man, you're talking about, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it, scumbag parents, these volleyball parents, man, they play these kids to the worst of the worst. In fact, the worst thing I ever saw was about 2 years ago, no, last year, I'm sorry, last year, this father brings this young lady in. You could tell she was sick. She had, looked like what would have been the flu. 103.5 temperature. Not feeling well, cold shivers, you name it. Basically classic flu. And he was getting on our case because, by God, we needed to make her better because she had a competition in 3 hours. And man, you should have seen the thank goodness that day we had one of these doctors that isn't afraid to put these people in their place. And of course, he got mad and he walked out with his freaking sick daughter, for all things, you know. But I just feel bad for these kids, man. They just completely run them to the ground. And the worst of the competitions all year, cheerleading and volleyball. And sadly, most of it's the parents. Parents are living vicariously through their kids, and they push these kids and they push these kids, and it's perform at all costs. I don't care if you're not feeling good type thing. I mean, it's crazy. And what's really sad is the ones that wind up injured because they come in with some injury, and then you got to sit there and tell them that it's significant, and then the doctor asks, well, have you injured this area of your body before? And they'll usually say yes multiple times. They've never done anything about it. Just keep bandaging, get back in there, and then it just gives out. And at 14 years old, they're having to undergo surgery because they've ignored a problem, because play at all costs, you know. And they're not school related, they're these extra clubs, and I can't stand them. You're not gonna convince me either to like them, because I've seen way too much negativity. And I'm sure there are good people in there, I'm sure there are, but unfortunately what we see about 2% of people that are actually good, that actually care about their kids, that are concerned. The rest of them are like, give them something so they can feel better. They gotta compete in a few hours. No. I hate it for that reason. I know I kind of went off on a tangent, but please take care of yourselves, take care of your kids. Don't do anything stupid. Enjoy your time here in Orlando. And do your best to stay healthy. And again, there's nothing you're gonna do that's gonna prevent you from getting sick. I've seen that one a lot on social media. What can I do to prevent myself from getting sick? Nothing. Vitamin D, exercise, eat well, maintain good healthy habits. Even with that though, you're not gonna guarantee yourself from getting sick. It's just who we are. It's what we do and who we are as humans on this planet. We pass virus to each other. That's how we survive. If we stop doing that, we'd be in big trouble in about a week and a half, I promise you. Our bodies wouldn't know what to do. In fact, that's why people got so sick during the long shutdowns, is we stopped exchanging virus with each other. Bad idea. We never should do that again. So, anyway. I hope y'all got something out of this. If you have any questions or anything, leave me a message in the comments. I'm happy to answer them. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm a paramedic, a very smart, intelligent paramedic. Seen a lot, treated a lot, helped a lot of people. Happy to, throw out some answers to questions you may have. If I don't know the answer, I'm not going to give you some BS answer. I'll just say, yeah, I'm not really versed on that one, but here's who you can ask. Hope that works for you. Thanks for listening, everybody. We're going to begin to head on out now. Let's check the pin shop first. Let's see if we can find the pin shop, then we'll head on out. So I was talking about this last week. I was talking about we're getting near the longest day of the year. It's still freaking daylight out. We're 10 minutes away from fireworks. There's no reason that Disney can't keep these parks open longer so people can actually enjoy a fireworks show when it's dark out. So there's been rumors floating about, again, rumors, R-U-M-O-R, capital, that Disney and EPCOT might be looking to change up the nighttime show again and actually bringing back Illuminations, Reflections of Earth, because they can try all they want to integrate all this IP and all this other stuff. You can't. Illuminations was one of those shows that just hit with everybody. You can't replace it. You can make it better. You can improve on it, but you can't replace it. They're learning that the hard way. It's a very expensive lesson. Let's see what we got for pins. Yeah, nothing too exciting in there. We're kind of in that weird time for pins where everything pretty much is done for a while. 4th of July is not quite here yet. I imagine another week or so we'll see the 4th of July pins. Once the 4th gets here, then they really start coming fast and furious for the second half of the year. There's all kinds of stuff going on, obviously, with the 4th. Then you got fall, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, you name it. It's all kinds of stuff going on. Well, there you have it. Day 1, test track construction. Walls are up. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you all updated. Tonight, I'll be listening on the way home. It's the Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Anybody believe that they're not purposely throwing games just to push the series a little further. I mean, realistically, how does Boston dominate games 1, 2, 3, and then all of a sudden in game 4, the Mavs hang like almost 40 points on them? I mean, give me a same thing with the hockey. You know, the Panthers dominated the Oilers first 3 games and then succumbed to a 6-1 blowout in game 4. I don't know. It seems so shady the way it happened. Both teams dominated in games 1 through 3, get blown out in game 4. I think you can't convince me that they don't throw these games a little bit just to stretch the series out a little bit, make a little bit more money for the networks. It's got to be. But we shall see if they wrap it up tonight in Boston, or if the Mavs catch a little bit of momentum and push it to game 6. We shall see. I think hockey tomorrow night, Florida Panthers probably should win it. They're going to win it in Florida because I think they're back. They're back down at their home ice. So we shall see. We shall see. But I hope you enjoyed this. And again, oh, by the way, again, hope the little chat about the viral illness, helps y'all. Again, don't panic. That's the biggest thing. Don't freak out. You're fine. Some things you want to look for, though, okay? If you've got really, really, really bad abdominal pain that goes away when you push in really hard and then it gets better or gets worse when you release it, or it's pain right over the belly that moves to and settles in over the belly button, that can most likely be your appendix. That's something you want to get checked out. And that usually comes, though, with high fever and vomiting, and you're really feeling pretty shitty at that point. But you got that really sharp abdominal pain that just will not give up. So obviously if you're feeling that, come see the emergency room. Or if you feel like you got to come check out the ED, because you're shatting and puking, by all means, we'll try to help you out. But like I said, there's really nothing that's going to fix the viral symptoms other than just time. Usually takes somewhere between 48, 72, 96 hours, all dependent on each person individually, just on how fast they can clear the virus and bacteria from their bodies. That's about it. But don't go running for the antibiotics. Please stop with the antibiotics. My gosh. People, I'm telling you, people are going to cause us to have this wave of bacterial infections that's not going to be able to be stopped because people can't put the antibiotics down. Like, please stop taking them if you don't have any bacterial illness. That you're really hurting yourself. I don't think people realize the damage they're doing to not only themselves, but the potential of creating this insane strain of bacteria that won't be able to be stopped, because bacteria does mutate, and we're already starting to see people that are having various forms of bacterial illness that nothing's working for them. But when you look at their history, and you just by asking questions, they're heavy hand sanitizer users, and they're always taking antibiotics for one reason or another. So I'm telling you, you're hurting yourself. Only take them if absolutely necessary and for as short as time as possible. However it's prescribed. So anyway, hope that helped y'all. If you got any questions, comments, whatever, leave them down below. Happy to read them, answer through them, and or answer back to them if I can. And thank you again for your subscriptions. If you like what you've seen, want to see more, subscribe to the channel, hit that ring-a-ding-ding-dong bell, and you'll see a lot more coming up. I got lots of projects just waiting to get either filmed or downloaded and uploaded. Can't wait to bring it all to you. So as we're going to end this like all the other ones, what you've seen tonight, it's been the truth, and it's been actual. And I hope for you all watching that it's been mighty satisfactual. Main Street Fire Rescue out of service. See ya.